What's up, y'all, and welcome to another episode of My Iridescent Lifestyle. Thank y'all so much for coming to hang with your girl. You know I appreciate y'all. Today, we are going to be getting into some Betty on a Budget nails. I know you guys have seen these nails everywhere. These are the 3D chrome nails that your girl will be doing. So we're going to be using the Lazy Girl method. We got a lot of stuff. We have poly gel, full coverage tips, black gel polish. We have the chrome powder, gel glue, base coat, top coat, nail primer, dehydrator. We have our drill, nail file brushes, alcohol. It's all there. So we're going to go ahead and start with the basic prep work. I'm going to go ahead and push my cuticles back, scrape any of that skin that is attached to the nail plate. I'm going to get all of that off. I'm then going to go ahead and take my nail drill and just lightly buff off any shininess, and then we'll come back. I am now going to take a nail dehydrator and go ahead and apply that to all my fingers. And then I'm going to go ahead in with the nail primer and add that in as well once my nails are completely dry. I'm just taking my nail file and etching the inside of the nail. That just gives the product a little bit more of something to stick to so that you can have some longevity in your nails. So I'm going through and just doing that on each full coverage tip. Then I'm going to go ahead and take my base coat and apply a thin layer to each of my nails. And I'm going to go ahead and cure that for 60 seconds.
Okay, so you put it on the counter in front of us.
So now it is time to go ahead and apply the nails. We did all the prep work. So the best tip that I can give to you guys with the Lazy Girl method is learning based off of the nails that you're using how much product to use. You always want to think less is more and not more is less. So the best thing I can tell you to do is I start with a little bit of product and I go ahead and fill it in, lay it flat into the nail, fill the entire nail from top to bottom. If you don't have enough product, you can always go back and add more versus having too much product and having to try to scrape it out of the nail or even just having to get a whole new nail to start with. So less is more, y'all. Go ahead, take that, make sure that you're taking your brush and you're dipping it into your alcohol solution or slip solution, and that's going to help the product to spread out nicely into your nail. Once you get the product evenly laid out in the nail, you're going to go ahead and firmly place that onto your nail. Make sure that you're adjusting it so that it's not crooked or however you want before you put it in the light. Once you get it to where you want it to be, make sure that you don't have any air bubbles and cure that under the light for 60 seconds. So now I'm going to go ahead and take my hand file and just refine my shape and clean it up a little bit. That's one thing I love about the Lazy Girl method. If you have the nails that are the exact shape that you want, you don't have to do any shaping, just a little cleanup work. after you finish up with the cleanup work with your hand file, if you do have an e-file, I now go ahead and go around the cuticles, clean up any spillage that I may have not gotten before I cured it, and make sure that you get that shiny layer off the top of your nails. Here I'm just doing a little cleanup work as well. I'm just taking my nail file and getting the underside of the nail. Just in case you have any spillage or any like weird kind of just lumpy spots, you want to go ahead and take your file and clean that up on the underside as well. So now we're going to get into the fun part. I have these brushes from Beetles. So I'm going to be using the skinniest brush that they have, which is like a little line brush. And I'm just going to dip that into the nail glue and go ahead and start making your little squiggly lines or whatever. I will say this was a little bit messy at first, but once you get the hang of it, just go ahead and have fun. The beauty of this design is it doesn't have to be perfect, and I feel like the more wonkier the design is, the better. So once I did that, I then went ahead and cured that under the light for 60 seconds, and then go ahead and just repeat that on all of your fingers. Now, this next part definitely requires a lot of silence and concentration, at least for me. Might be different when you're doing somebody else's nails, but you want to go ahead and take your black gel polish and you want to polish it over top of the tip of the nail, as well as that 3D section that you painted onto the nail as well. But you want to try to be as neat as possible so that you're not going over the lines. So this takes a little bit of time, but once you get the hang of it, it's all good. And then once you do that, of course, you're going to go ahead and cure that. I did that for 60 seconds as well. All right, y'all. So this is where the magic happens. So I just took the applicator that came with the chrome powder and I'm going ahead and applying that to the black only. Make sure that you are adding some pressure onto that applicator when you're rubbing it in. I noticed that the more pressure that you do apply when you're putting that chrome powder on, the more of that metallic feel that it gets. If you don't do that, add that additional pressure, it just kind of looks almost like a glitter. But when you really kind of rub that into the nail, it really gives that mirror chrome effect. You're then going to go ahead and take a fluffy brush and just dust the nail off of any of the excess chrome powder. Now, I'm new to this whole chrome thing, but I definitely did still have like some chrome down at the bottom part. So I just took some alcohol on a skinny brush and kind of cleaned it off. But if you guys have any tips, definitely go ahead and add that in the comments, but make sure you get that excess chrome off. So this is the nails after I dusted off the additional chrome. We're going to go ahead with the final step and take some top coat, and we're going to go ahead and add that to the top of the nails as well as on the underside. I do add that step in when I do the lazy girl method, just because for some reason the poly gel kind of has almost like a tacky layer, and if you don't put that under the nail, then you can get a lot of lint and gunky weird stuff under your nails. So make sure that you do the top coat on the top side of your nails as well as the underside. This is the final look, y'all. I absolutely love my nails. I can't wait to try more designs and more chrome powders, but not too bad for a baddie on a budget. So if you got this far in the video, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate you guys. Make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, live an iridescent lifestyle. Bye.